Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. And we are on week 45, day 4 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are doing every day, Monday through Friday. We are following Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive Peaceful Growth Calendar, that you can buy at Aromatools or Oil Life. If you love positive affirmations and you love music therapy, if you love essential oils and aromatherapy, I think you're going to really love this book. It is simple in its format, but beautifully profound in helping us make major changes or even minor changes to our lives. The affirmation that we've been working on the whole entire week is I see the virtues in myself and others, and I point them out, and which makes me and all around me happy. I see the virtues in myself and others, and I share what I see, making myself and all around me happy. The affirmation, so that's the affirmation for the entire week. The affirmation for today really isn't an affirmation, it's more of a to-do. It's a let's get out and do. And that is this. I write a note to my spouse or best friend to name their virtues. To me, this is a beautiful, beautiful affirmation. Well, not affirmation, but you know what? Okay, if you wanted an affirmation, which I love affirmations, I would say I see the virtues in those I love most. And as I share those virtues, we are both happier. We are both lifted up and we are both happier. So I would say I see the virtues in those I love most, and as I share what I see with them, we are both uplifted and we are both happier. So, but the to-do, which is in the book, the to-do is writing a note that names the virtues of your spouse or your best friend. I love doing this. I love doing this not just for my spouse, but I love doing it for like my sister and my brothers and sisters-in-laws when it's their birthday, when it's like Mother's Day or Father's Day. Just letting people know I see you and I like what I see. I see you and you are good. Now, is any of us the epitome of any virtue? No. Are any of us all virtue and no vice? Oh, wouldn't that be so nice if it was the case? No, we all have virtues and vice. There was only one perfect person, and that was Jesus Christ. And so we all are human, and we deal with our humanness, and we deal with other people's humanness. And sometimes we can concentrate on their weaknesses. And yes, sometimes someone has a weakness that something that's causing an issue, and we need to point it out, or they need to see it so that they can change, right, what's going on that's not working. But oftentimes it's in the recognizing of the virtues that amazingly good things can happen. So I think this is going to be a beautiful note to write to my spouse. I'm hoping to do this today. I'm planning to do this today. And I hope that you take the time to write a beautiful note to your spouse or your best friend naming their virtues. And then after you've done that, be your own best friend and write in your journal your own virtues that you see in yourself. And maybe, I didn't used to have this virtue, but now I've really developed it, and this is kind of what has helped me develop this virtue. Like, it's good to know how people learn and develop virtues. Okay, so that's the affirmation that we're working on for today, and kind of the invitation. The song that we are concentrating on this entire week is please Mr. Postman, as we've been writing messages to so many people that we love and value in our circles. I think Please Mr. Postman is the perfect song to just remind us how grateful people are when they receive notes, thank you notes, notes of gratitude, notes that name virtues, just any positive uplifting note. People love those, and many people hold on to those forever. I know I have probably many notes that I've held on just because of how dear they are and how good they make me feel when I read them. Even if I don't go back and read them, which sometimes I don't, I still love just keeping them. And then on my quiet days, I go back and read them. Okay, the diffuser blend that we're diffusing the whole entire week is 2 drops of Roman chamomile, which is the oil of spiritual purpose, 2 drops of black pepper, which is the oil of authenticity, and then 2 drops of lemon, which is the oil of focus. So focusing on our spiritual purpose and being authentic with who we are in our journey. So beautiful diffuser blend to be diffusing while we're concentrating on loving on others and loving on ourselves. Today is Thursday, and so on Thursdays and Fridays, we are going to be spotlighting a different oil that's not in this book. And I thought today I would spotlight doTERRA's Thinker Essential Oil. And here's why. Because right now, through all of August 2020, Thinker is on sale. I think it's 20% off. Any sale is amazing though. But I think if you hop on and you click the link, I think it's 20% off. Now, Thinker comes from the kids line that doTERRA made especially for children. And they have Thinker, which is obviously good for cognitive support. They have Stronger, which is good for immune support. They have Tamer, which is good for digestive support. They have Calmer, which is so amazing for emotional support. And then they have Rescue, which is really good for children for, those times when they get achy muscles. So there's 6 oils in the doTERRA's kid collection, and you can actually buy them separately, or you can buy them as a whole collection. I know when we bought them for our Wesley, I think he was like 9 or 10 at the time. Anyway, oh my gracious, he loved them. Usually they come with a super bright top. I just don't have one on here, with a little carabiner so that you can just clip them to your backpack, to your belt, and just take them wherever you go so easily. Now, a tip on that carabiner, Caleb, can you grab me one of the kids oils that actually does have that carabiner on it and that cute little top? Anyway, the tip for this one is to clip it to the bottom, okay? It just makes it a little bit easier to take off, and this one is actually clipped to the top, but see how cute they are? This is the Tamer blend, so it's the stomach blend, but look how cute, and they come with just super uplifting colors too. And yeah, you can just clip this to your belt, to your backpack, to your purse, whatever you're taking with you. So, going back to the doTERRA's Thinker Essential Oil, here's a little bit about the oil. It's made for children, but it's ideal for everyone in the family to use, and it's made for daily use. Thinker Focus Blend is the optimal support to use when distractions are high. Designed to create a sense of alertness and clarity, Thinker is the perfect go-to when it's time to pay attention and concentrate. Featuring vetiver, peppermint, clementine, and rosemary, perfectly combined fractionated coconut oil for sensitive skin. And children sometimes do have a little bit more sensitive skin, so that's why it's already mixed in coconut oil, so you can just reach for it and apply. Thinker is a natural way to feel more focused. Roll Thinker onto your wrists, temples, and the back of your neck to create a sense of clarity to the situation at hand. Embracing the uplifting benefits of clementine, Thinker can help with mental energy while promoting a strong sense of concentration. Herbal, because of the rosemary, and slightly sweet because of the clementine, and the peppermint. The unique aroma helps instill feelings of clarity during times of confusion. To create a supportive and positive environment for enhanced creativity and focus, incorporate Thinker into your daily learning practice. Uses: keep Thinker on hand in your purse or your child's backpack and apply it in the afternoon to remain on task. So I would apply it before they go to school. They can definitely apply it as many times as they want at school, but it's also great to apply when they get home, after they've had their afternoon and after school snack and then they're hitting their homework. Just putting on some Thinker, again, maybe even behind the ears, to help them just think and stay focused. Now, the nice thing is that as we're learning, our body actually creates memories. So if you're learning with a certain scent, when you smell that scent, it actually brings back to mind the things that you've learned while diffusing or having that scent on, while smelling the scent. So it would be great to put on, you put it on for your study session, and then you go put on before you take your test to bring back all those body memories of your study sessions. Okay, for uplifting the mood, use Thinker when experiencing feelings of sadness or stress. It can promote to promote learning and support creativity. Apply Thinker during study time. So you can actually roll it on diffuser jewelry. So if you have a diffuser bracelet or a diffuser necklace, just roll it on. Amazing. If they make diffuser watches, they're all amazing. You can roll it on your headband, just anywhere so you can smell it more easily. I kind of like the diffuser bracelet because then you can just smell your wrist anytime you feel like you need that emotional uplift or a little bit more thinking power. Some of the primary benefits: it helps prevent mental distraction, it instills a sense of alertness and focus, and it helps reduce feelings of mental stress. Now, we barely mentioned some of the 4 different oils in Thinker: the vetiver, the clementine, the rosemary, and the peppermint. But now we're going to go in a little bit deeper into the different oils. So the first one is vetiver. Now, vetiver comes from a root. Some people think it smells like dirt. I think it definitely has emotional value, and let me tell you some of that. It can help focus the mind. It's actually called the oil of centering, but in India it's known as the oil of tranquility. So it's just going to bring a sense of being centered, being balanced, being calm. Now, sometimes people have a hard time in learning situations because they start getting panicky or uptight. I can be able to learn all this. Oh no, I'm stupid. Or someone else is learning faster than I am. That must mean that I'm less than. So it can help calm down if people have felt like that about themselves in the past. Vetiver can help Thinker with vetiver in it can help us calm down and relax and know, you know what? No, I got this. I can learn this too. Some people may learn it slower than me. Some people may learn it faster than me. But we are all learning at our own speed, and that's okay. It's okay to learn at our own speed. Okay, and vetiver can help with that. Vetiver, it can help us get to the core of issues when something's upsetting us. And just as a mom and growing up and going to school, I know that some days are good and some days are bad, and most days you have a mix. When you go to school, you have some things that you love, and there are some things that are a little bit upsetting. And vetiver can help ground us and help us focus on what's really going on right here. Why am I getting so upset over this? Vetiver can help us double check that we're going on the right path. It's great to use when we need a dose of reality in our life. So it's great to use for children who maybe don't want to even do their homework, to help them realize, you know what? Okay, let's calm down. Let's concentrate. What happens if you don't do your homework? What happens if you don't go to school? What happens if you decide not to learn? What type of life are you creating for yourself? So, anyway, I love Vetiver. It's wonderful for those to use with those who have learning disabilities. People who are very easily distracted. This would be perfect for them because it is so grounding. It's actually, now Vetiver has more uses than just helping us stay grounded and focused. It's actually beautiful to use on our skin, and it actually can help with the disappearance, speed up the disappearance of scars or the lightening of scars that can happen when you have an accident or an injury or even acne. So again, a perfect oil to use. You can even rub it on your face and see if that doesn't help calm down and clear up your complexion. Vetiver is an essential oil that helps to boost the immune system. And remember how it's so grounding? Well, it's also great to use on when you have some pain in your muscles or in your body. So if you had a headache, you can definitely put Thinker on. And the peppermint in Thinker is actually going to help so much too with your headache. But the Vetiver and the peppermint is like a 1-2 punch for headaches. Maybe your child had gym class and their legs are achy, or maybe they just have some growing pains. And it would be beautiful just to put Thinker on and just to rub it on, massage it into wherever you have the pains. It's great to use too for menstrual discomfort. Just rub it on your lower abdomen. And then lastly, for Vetiver, it is so good to use for PTSD or anxiety. Why? Because it's so calming. It brings a beautiful sense of tranquility, a sense of, you know what, everything is really going to be okay. So the next essential oil in the Thinker blend is peppermint. Now, peppermint's nickname is the oil of a buoyant heart. It's great for people who tend to get highly stressed in situations. It helps them think more clearly, wakes them up, helps them think more clearly, and helps them better discern, is this really the mountain that I'm making it, or is it just something little? And let me really look and focus on what is happening here. Peppermint is, well, you know, when you look at those even ads on TV, and there's like the peppermint patty, and you see Arctic winds blowing and stuff like that, right? It's because peppermint, everyone knows, is a wake me up. It's like a brush of fresh air. It's like a rush of energy into our system. And peppermint, although it's kind of a rush of energy, it can also help us relax by dealing with our anxieties and the problems that we see, instead of just letting them build up and build up and build up. Gives us that energy to deal with things. Peppermint is great to use when you're emotionally exhausted, and you know what? That happens in school, right? You're like, I'm learning this, and oh great, now I have to learn this and learn that, and it can be overwhelming, right? Trying to think through everything and remember everything. And so it can be a little bit emotionally taxing. And so peppermint can be beautiful for those who are emotionally or mentally exhausted. It's great for those who tend to get overwhelmed, and so they do nothing. So if you have a procrastinator, it might be that they're procrastinating because they're just overwhelmed at the task. Like writing a 20-page book report, or reading 30 pages, or even 10. Maybe, you know, if you have a kindergartner, they just look at that math sheet and they're like, gracious, I don't even want to do it. So people can often get overwhelmed, and then they procrastinate, and peppermint gives us that calming, that sense of calm, but that energy that lets us do things. Get out of that procrastination mode into the do it now mode. It's great for jet lag. It's great to use like at 3 o'clock when you're a little bit tired. You can use Thinker like when you're waking up. It's actually really good for adults too, to keep by their bed and just roll on first thing. Just I wasn't trying to, anyway, I was rolling it onto my head and then rolling it onto my throat, my heart area, the back of my neck, and then just smelling it. And it can help us actually as we're waking up to better remember our dreams. And I do feel like that sometimes we're working through our issues in our dreams, so it's great to be able to remember them more and maybe even to write them down as soon as we wake up. Peppermint is a great emotional cleanser. It helps us clear lingering heavy emotions and healthy attachments and unfounded fears. Peppermint is so good for digestion, right? Anyway, so if your child is at school and they get a stomach ache, they can definitely rub the Thinker Blend too onto their stomach. Now, yes, they can rub the Tamer Blend, and that's the one I would suggest. But if they don't have their Tamer Blend, maybe they just took 1 or 2 of their oils to school, or maybe they lost some, and you can always replace them. But if they don't have their Tamer Blend with them, I would say peppermint. Know that your Thinker has peppermint in it, and that is so good for digestive support. Or maybe they don't have a stomach ache, but maybe they're just like, oh my gracious, I can't believe how much I'm farting. Well, Thinker essential oil, because it's so good for digestive support, can help with that too. Peppermint boosts your memory, it boosts your focus, and peppermint is great for your respiratory system, so just helping your lungs open up, taking a little bit more oxygen, which improves our mental focus. And peppermint is great to use for actually in times when you're coughing or sneezing and just maybe the seasonal discomfort that might come in the spring or the fall. So rubbing some of the Thinker essential oil, which has the peppermint, onto our chest area can be supportive for that. It's not the first thing that I would recommend. I would actually recommend the Tri-Ease, but if I didn't have my Tri-Ease, I could reach for my Thinker because of the peppermint that's in there. It's great to use before you exercise to kind of get your muscles warmed up, or great to use, again, like I said, after you exercise, because it can help prevent sore muscles. So most people know if you're going to school, you're going to have gym class, right? Especially if you're in like junior high, high school, elementary school, you're going to have gym class. So use it on those times so your muscles don't get sore either before or afterward. Peppermint too, like I said, that vetiver peppermint, that's the 1-2 punch to help with headaches or any discomfort. And then peppermint is great to use on your skin. So you have vetiver, that's beautiful for your skin and to help with scarring. And then you have peppermint, which is great to help balance out your skin, balance out the oil of your skin, and help create a clearer complexion. So these 2 oils would be, and the Thinker Blend would be beautiful just to rub on your face. Maybe do an experiment. See which essential oils help. So the next oil in here is clementine. Now, clementine is a cross between a sweet orange and a mandarin. The wonderful thing about clementine essential oil, so most citrus essential oils actually make your skin a little bit more photosensitive, which means that if you put them on and then you go out to the beach or someplace, you're going to be a little bit more likely to get a sunburn, which we don't want, right? So I love that they've put clementine essential oil. There's 2 essential oils that really don't increase our skin's photosensitivity, and one is green mandarin and the other is clementine essential oil. So clementine is great to use when you're having a bad day. So the first thing you need to know about clementine is it's a citrus oil, and every single citrus oil out there is going to be a mood uplifter oil. It's just going to help us feel happier. You know, like a sunshiny day, that's kind of how citrus oils are. They just kind of bring that sunshine back into our life. It can help us focus on the moment and find joy in the here and now. Even if you're in, trigonometry class, even if you've just found out that you didn't get picked for the school play, or you didn't make cheerleader, or you didn't make the football team, or you didn't make the lead role, whatever. Anyway, it can help us to still find joys no matter the setbacks that we have in life. Clementine is almost called the seize the day oil. It's just this is the day that we've been given, and let's make the most of it. Which, who doesn't want that in their children's essential oil blends, right? Clementine is known to help with creativity. So whether you're brainstorming for how you're going to write your paper, or maybe you're brainstorming on how you're going to ask someone to the next school dance, Clementine can be wonderful oil to use with that. It's uplifting and gently revitalizing. Clementine too, because it's a citrus oil, it's a great boost to our immune system, and it's also very good for our digestive system. So you have peppermint and you have clementine. That's great for our digestive system. And why is this important? Because every single essential oil is going to work the same emotionally as it does physically. So if we say that an oil is good for our digestive system, which we've said about peppermint and clementine, then we also know it's going to help us digest life more. It's going to help us digest the things that we're trying to learn more, and it's just going to help us digest our experiences that are happening in life more, and keep what's good and what serves us, and let go of things that don't. Okay, the last oil in Thinker Essential Oil is rosemary oil, and its nickname is the oil of knowledge and transition. When you're going through new things, reach for your rosemary. It has been known to help. It's rosemary, so emotionally it energizes mental activity, it revitalizes the memory, it aids in concentration, and it helps to organize the thought process. We can already see why doTERRA picked rosemary essential oil to be in their children's Thinker blend. Rosemary is good for remembrance. Use it during study sessions. It's great to study with the oils. And then again, like I've said, put on those same oils before you go take the test. It just brings back that body memory. So wonderful that rosemary is in doTERRA's Thinker oil. Again, you can rub it on an aromatherapy bracelet before you go into the test room. Rosemary can help with those who have learning disabilities. It's great for those suffering with memory loss or indecisiveness or mental fatigue. Go into school, you're going to get some mental fatigue sometimes. This rosemary in the Thinker blend is going to be beautiful. I love using rosemary, just straight rosemary, in my shower. I love putting it in my shampoo. It's great for the hair. You're not going to be able to put your Thinker onto your hair, so don't even worry about that. If you want to use rosemary for your hair, you're going to have to order that kind of as a single oil from doTERRA. But just to let you know, whenever I use that rosemary in the shower, wow, it is an instant wake up. And that is one of the gifts of rosemary essential oil in your Thinker blend. Rosemary helps us to remember the important things of life and get our priorities in order. So your children, they're learning. What are their priorities? Well, the priority hopefully is to be listening to the teacher instead of passing notes to everyone or chatting on their phone or even being on Facebook on their phone during their classes. Helps us to remember, hey, why am I here? What's the most important thing? And rosemary kind of pulls us back onto the right path. Rosemary is great for those who tend to drift off into fantasy land, which is quite easy to do when you are in a boring class. And boring classes happen, right? Some teachers are amazingly engaging, and some teachers are not so much. So It helps us so that we can stay focused on what we're trying to do and not get off into la la land. It's great in times of transition. Now, what transitions might you face in school? Well, a new grade, new teachers, new books, new concepts that you're learning, maybe even new friends, new abilities, each day seems to bring a little bit something new, and rosemary essential oil can help with that, which is why we're so grateful that it's in doTERRA's Thinker Blend. Rosemary is particularly beneficial for those who are usually vibrant, organized, industrious, and sensitive but have become apathetic due to hurt or injustice. So if you're a person who tends to get knocked off your path, if someone criticizes you, or if someone tells you, oh, hey, this might be a better way to do that, or maybe you get knocked off your path because you wrote a paper and you think that it deserved an A, and maybe it just got like a C+, and you're like, well, I'm not even going to try. What's the use of trying? So do you see how sometimes when we get hurt, people can be knocked off their path? And some people, when that happens, they're like, oh, I only got a C+. I thought I was going to get an A. What can I do this time to get an A? Right? And so they don't get knocked off their path. But if you're a person who tends to get knocked off your path, if things aren't going the way you think they should be going, then rosemary can be a beautiful essential oil to use. And we are so grateful that it's in the Thinker Blend, because I'm guessing that there are a whole lot of people that sometimes get knocked off their path when things aren't going their way. Rosemary is beautiful for depression, and it's great for exhaustion or if you've overindulged in food. So, and the physical properties are, it opens up our respiratory system. It's great to use in massage blends because it helps with discomfort. It's an analgesic, which means it kills pain, both emotional and physical, which is both great for school. And it has a strong antiseptic action. So, if you left your hand sanitizer at home, and I definitely do your due diligence on hand sanitizer, doTERRA makes a beautiful one. It's called On Guard Sanitizing Mist. Spray it on your hands. So good. Definitely look on to some of the ingredients that are in other hand sanitizers, because they can kill a lot of your gut bacteria, which is your first line of defense, or one of your first lines of defense for your immune system. So we want to be treating our gut bacteria really good. That's a whole nother topic. Look at hand sanitizer. But because there are oils like the clementine and the rosemary that do kill the germs, you can take your Thinker oil, rub it on your hands, rub it around, and clean and sanitize your hands that way. And then the last thing that the rosemary in here is good for is jet lag. Now, obviously, peppermint is super good for that too. And if things are going to be good for jet lag, it's going to be good for just any type of mental exhaustion. So those are some of the oils, the 4 oils that are in doTERRA's Thinker Blend. You have the vetiver, calming. You have the clementine, uplifting. You have the peppermint, wake you up. And you have the rosemary that's going to just help you think better. Well, and the combination, the synergy of these oils really help boost our mental function. Okay, so that's doTERRA's Thinker Blend. Go ahead, you can just click the link that I'm going to put on this video, or talk to your favorite doTERRA friend, or if you don't have a favorite doTERRA friend, I would love to be yours. And just click the link, and you can buy the Thinker Blend. And each of the oils that we've been using on today's, that we've been diffusing for the whole entire week. So, just reminding you, the diffuser blend that we're diffusing this week is 2 drops of Roman chamomile, the oil of spiritual purpose, 2 drops of black pepper, the oil of authenticity, and 2 drops of lemon, the oil of focus. Lemon's going to be uplifting as well. And Roman chamomile, they call it the kid calmer because it just releases the tension. Okay, this song for the entire week is Please Mr. Postman. Today, I'm going to put in this beautiful routine that I found into the comments. So I think you're going to love it. It's gotten millions of views. And then the diffuser, the invitation to do for today is writing a note to our spouse or one of our best friends, naming some of their virtues, and then doing that same thing for us, journaling about some of our virtues and how were we born with that virtue, or did we actually create that as we've lived through life. The affirmation for today is, I notice the good qualities in my spouse and others, and I tell them, I praise them for their good qualities, which brings joy to both me and them. And the affirmation for the entire week is, I notice the virtues of myself and others, and I name them, which uplifts me and uplifts all around me. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, reminding us all that we have this incredible power within us. We all have this incredible power within us, with God, to make every day a great day. Bye-bye.